Kafka Palazzo is the main antagonist for Final Fantasy VI. Kafka acts as Emperor Gestal's court mage, carrying out his orders, of course scheming behind the Emperor's back for his own satisfaction. I'm sure you heard Sephiroth. Well, we all know who he was. Well, Kafka is often compared to Sephiroth, but Sephiroth is not even close to Kafka. Well, Kafka is actually the badass, most evil villain created. He is a psychopath with no remorse for atrocities he commits. Like the usual Joker, he cracks his hysterical maniacal laugh when causing mayhem, much like he was satisfied for what he has done. Sephiroth? Yes, he killed a town, or a city, but Kafka? That maniac killed an entire kingdom. He even leaves an entire country a graveyard because he is just bored. So let's discuss the history of Kafka, a ladder to being a god. Kafka was abandoned at birth for a known reason. His parents abandoned him at the orphanage where Kafka is bitten physically. He developed autistic traits and withdraws from the world. At a young age, he graduates from the Imperial Academy and is brought to Magitech Lab in Vector. He was the first experimental Magitech Knight. Magitech Knight is a soldier of the Empire that has given the ability to cast magic. The process of creating a Magic Knight is unknown, but it was shared by Celes that it involves augmentation to the brain and the subject was asleep during the procedure. Since Kafka was the first to try the experiment, the process was not perfected yet. Kafka gained the ability to cast magic, but this also drove him insane or unstable, if you will. He became cruel, distractive, and acquired a reputation as the most dangerous man in the Empire. 6 years after the procedure, the military was restructured with Kafka and Leo being involved. Terra Branford is an Esper girl who was kidnapped when she was a baby on the Esper world and brought back to the kingdom. Terra can use magic naturally and does not need Magitech process. Kafka uses Slave Crown to control Terra. The Slave Crown is used to control one's actions and thoughts of the wearer. Kafka was still unsure if the device is functional. To test, Kafka ordered to burn 50 of the Imperial soldiers, which Terra obeyed. Kafka learned about the frozen Esper, Valigarmanda. Espers are magical beings who thought to be extinct. He sends Terra to retrieve the Esper, but the mission was a failure. Valigarmanda awakens and dispatches Terra's company. It also damages the crown, giving Terra back her free will but leaving her with amnesia. Kafka returned to Magitech Research Facility where he tortures Esper prisoners and extracts power from them. Kafka seeks to revive the Warring Triad. The Warring Triad is the 3 statues and goddesses. According to the legend, 3 gods descend from the heaven. Fearing each other's power, they created a war. The mortals that was caught in the fighting was forced to fight as slaves to the gods and became Espers. The gods noticed the chaos and destruction they had created and agreed to seal away their power. They petrified themselves and left the remaining Espers back their free will and a statement that never must we be woken. Kafka was dispatched to Thomasa by Gestal. He attacked both returners and General Leo's troops, taking their magicite remains. He disposes Leo. At this point, Kafka is much more stronger. Soon after, the sealed gates open. Kafka and Gestal ventures to Esper World to find the Warring Triad and raise the floating continent. Kafka revived the Warring Triad and demanded to unleash their full power. He instructed the statues to strike down the Emperor. The world balance shifts and the world became ruins. He drains the Triad of their power, turning himself into a god. With the newly acquired power, he builds a tower from the rubble of the destroyed worlds. Kafka sits in his thrones and builds numerous monsters and Light of Judgment, a beam that can destroy the entire town. He found the destruction fun, since many precious lives were lost in the process. When the returners confront Kafka, he laughs magically as he states he'll destroy everything. Everything must come to an end. Kafka was killed, but he had become the god of magic. The magic vanishes from the world, and that is the story of Kafka. Looking back, he doesn't have that much on his background before he became mentally unstable. There were detailed articles about the story of Kafka, but none of them were confirmed by the publisher. Thus, I did not include them on this video. I mainly focus on what is verified by the publisher.